pan-Yoruba socio-cultural organization, Afenifere, has described as false and dangerous the allegation by Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso that the President Bola Tinubu-led government is marginalizing northern Nigeria. In a statement on Thursday, Kole Omololu, National Organizing Secretary of Afenifere, said Kwankwaso's alarmist rhetoric was an attempt to mislead the public and ignite regional tension. Part of the statement read, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso's recent outburst, alleging that President Bola Tinubu's administration is marginalizing the north and concentrating national resources in the south, is not only grossly misleading but also deliberately incendiary. As a former governor and minister, one would expect Senator Kwankwaso to speak with facts, not emotions laced with sectional bias. Afenifere said the North enjoyed disproportionate federal attention under former President Muhammadu Buhari, adding that Kwankwaso was silent during that era. The group said it must be stated unequivocally that no region in Nigeria has benefited more from concentrated federal presence in the past decade than the North. The World Bank Managing Director publicly disclosed that President Bola Buhari specifically directed the institution to focus its interventions in northern Nigeria. Where was Kwankwaso's voice for equity and fairness then? The group also criticized the construction of the Kano-Maradi Railway into the Niger Republic under Buhari, questioning its economic relevance to Nigeria. Meanwhile, under the same regime, the Lagos and Ibadan Expressway, started by President Jonathan and designed to reach Iwo Junction, remained uncompleted. The second Niger bridge was still pending upon Buhari's exit after 8 years in office. Less than 2 years into President Tinubu's administration, Kwankwaso is crying foul. The group added, Afenifere listed key projects currently ongoing in North, including the dualization of the Kano-Maiduguri Road, Sokoto-Tambuwa-Jega Road, the Abuja-Kefi-Lafia Corridor, and the Ajokuta-Kaduna-Kano gas pipeline. Just weeks ago, President Tinubu approved billions for critical infrastructure in Katsina, Borno, and Niger State, he said. The group said Kwankwaso's remarks were aimed at stoking ethnic sentiment, warning Nigerians not to be swayed. Kwankwaso's alarmist rhetoric is not only unfair, but also deeply dangerous. It stokes regional tension and paints a false picture of deliberate southern favoritism. We must rise above ethnic saboteurs and sectional agitators masquerading as patriots. Let statesmen, not ethnic lords, shape the conversation, the group concluded. Here we have Afenifere, I was in quotes reprimanding Kwankwaso on his statement. I would love to have your thoughts on this story.
Michael, I think the Afenifere response or their statement to or against Kwankwaso's view in how he perceives the Bola Tinubu's administration is very. They are very quick to reply to him. They were also insensitive because of the political permutations. And the statement they have made is not truly in favor of the Yoruba nation and the President Bola Tinubu's quest for second term in 2027.
Why do you say so?
Yes, because it was this week ending, I think the beginning of the week or last week, that we had that the long-awaited meeting between Tinubu and Kwankwaso took place.
Okay.
So maybe the fallout of the meeting, because normally when they go for a meeting in the State House, they will have a media chat in the presidential villa with the press crew that are in the villa there. But we did not read anything from Kwankwaso until this statement that he made about his view on the lopsidedness, nepotism, favoritism, and the abysmal and the disappointing policies of the Tinubu administration,
okay, which
I concur. Whatever language or however Kwankwaso has painted it, that is now, penning them to the bone marrow, is there for the blind to see and very loud enough for the deaf to hear. Because I don't know how many times I've mentioned hunger here. If some of us that are publicly exposed persons can be feeling the bite, I wonder what the downtrodden Nigerians were passing through. Michael, if, I repeat again, if some of us that maybe when people see you, they want to be like you, that's why I say everybody be yourself. Because you don't know what people are going through in life. Physical appearance or privileged positions will not make people desiring to be another. Even Bola Tinubu, I won't wish to be him. Because, yes, people will be looking at the position, but Nigeria, go and ask Jonathan. If you want to know the enormous weight of being a Nigerian president, go and ask good Lord Jonathan. So, when you see people that are privileged, it's not that they are the best or they are the best brains or they are the best of their kinds within their circle. They are not. It's privilege. Then when they are there, you begin to wishful thinking. Don't stay in your space and better your space. And better your own space. Do you understand? So, what we know is this. The Nigerian space is really not healthy enough. The vehicle is not healthy. Like Afenifere, I've said, I don't know the Afenifere that is speaking. Whether it's Afenifere, because for all I know, Afenifere is factionalized. The faction of Pa Adebanjo, who passed on subsequently after Pa Edwin Clark passed on, who supported the opposition and made mounted a frantic campaign for a Southeasterner to occupy the presidency. Because look at it, Obasanjo went for 8 years. And Oshibajo, 8 years as deputy to Muhammadu Buhari. So it will have been, if they are talking about equity, if they are talking about fairness, if they are talking about, accommodation, if they are talking about federal character, hence the powers that be in the north have said, okay, we are zoning to the south. They microzone it to the southeast for that equitable distribution and that brotherly love that they are talking about, Michael. So, but what do we say in Nigeria? The winner takes it all. Those who he said is a Milokon, that's the mantra on which Tinubu ran. Forget about the renewed hope agenda. And that is why you have seen that every policies of this government is a Milokon. Everything is favoring Mr. President, from changing the presidential air fleet, increasing the budgetary allocations around the presidency and the office of the wife of the president that Nigeria didn't vote for. Which one are we talking about? If they want to borrow money, pocketing of the National Assembly that are always standing on the mandate of Mr. President. Is it, trying to make sure that there is no opposition voice? People are gagged. The oppositions are not allowed to breathe. They say the majority will have their way, while the minority will have. How many minorities are having their say in Nigeria? So, coming down to what Afenifere is saying, you see, I have said two things. They were very quick and they don't understand the dynamism of the Nigerian politics. Because we all were here when, what's his name, when Ganduje was in a shrouded circumstances removed as the chair of APC.
No, it was stated that
No. I said, that is your own opinion. I have an opinion. Don't I have an opinion here?
Okay.
I have an opinion.
We work with the report.
Yes, you can say your report, but I stand with my opinion. It's my view. I said it was shrouded in questionable circumstances. Because you can't tell me that a man has resigned on a head ground and you're giving the person an appointment. And we didn't see the man take even 1 week off from the public space. So what do you tell us? That means we are all Nigerians, we are gullible. We don't read in between the lines. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Michael? Or that as a political pundit, I don't see the lines? That is my space. I am they are the actors, and I watch. I watch the movement of their chess I watched the movement of the chess game they are playing. So having done that, and within that space, we had that Kwankwaso's arrival into APC is imminent. And true to it, a meeting was held between him and Mr. President. And what did we see? The speech or the statement made by Kwankwaso. That means that meeting all did not go well. Because if all had gone well between the meeting of Mr. Tinubu and Kwankwaso, we wouldn't be hearing all these rhetorics. And what does it show you? President Bola Tinubu got to wake up and begin to reverse his policies to be people-oriented. Because it's only Nigerians that can put it. But if you're looking at those positions that are mounting now, and if he cannot, I thought that Kwankwaso will be the game changer in APC. Because they have seen that the disciples of Muhammadu Buhari, as even before the demise of Muhammadu Buhari, they have left the APC. Because of this same nepotism and favoritism. Michael, you are an on-air personality and a journalist. How many of the disciples of Muhammadu Buhari have been incorporated into this Bola Tinubu administration? It is winners takes all. Immediately Bola Tinubu came, all the known faces we know in APC were pushed aside. And we have the Lagos boys. Go and look at it. From at least you can give it to Buhari. Buhari worked with Afenifere. Even when they said that his own nepotism started by him. But he was able to accommodate. Even Musa Christopher that died in airplane, the former chief of army staff, or chief of defense staff that died, was from Kaduna State. And a Christian from the northern side for that matter. But look at Bola Tinubu's this thing. Look at the chairman designate of INEC. He's from where?
Are you saying
so the nepotism is very clear and obvious. And from the reply of Afenifere, this faction of Afenifere that have been dancing with Bola Tinubu, because I believe that the faction here is the one that they said is the authentic one, because when the man was ailing, he handed over to Adebanjo, who became the substantive chairman of Afenifere. And when Tinubu was coming up for his electionary campaign, he now knew that Adebanjo was aligning with Obi, and for a change and a paradigm shift. Adebanjo, Clark, and some of the elderly men were rooting for Obi. Even Boss Mustafa. Most of them were rooting for Obi. And we saw that clearly, even Obasanjo. But in order for Tinubu to have a face, for the Miloko to have meaning, he now went to the man that handed over to this person because of his age and ailing nature. I wish I would remember his name. He now went to him just to draw his face because he could not, his political ideology and what he's coming for could not align with the substantive chairman of Afenifere. I'm giving you a background history and what it is. It is those people now that Tinubu went and paid courtesy visit to that Afenifere leader that handed over to this man because of his age and his ailing nature to get his own blessing, as they call it. So that he will now say Afenifere has endorsed him. You know this endorsement that we fight for in Nigeria? That is what resonated the sharp division we have in Afenifere now. But prior to the emergence of Tinubu, there was no division in Afenifere because that old man is, handed over to Adebanjo, said, because of my age, I cannot carry on. But because Tinubu saw that Adebanjo was against his emergence and his presidential aspiration, he went and paid homage to that Baba. That is where this frivolous statement is coming from. So where we are there, that even if Muhammadu Buhari practice nepotism, we sin continue because grace abide, as the Holy Book asks. Should Nigeria dwell in pointing out Buhari did not finish, what do you call it, Second Niger Bridge. He not finish the Lagos waiting road. Is the government not a continuum? Even mentioning, resonating some things that has already kept in the cool. They mentioned that during Buhari's time, he prioritized in the north. Even but when we are saying it, APC then, under Buhari and his Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, they were all gagging us and rubbishing our talk that what is the benefit to the Nigerian economy of the railway that went into Niger Republic? They mentioned it. You see how they in power quickly forget something that we are complaining and now they are throwing it out. So some of us that asked that question, that will they apologize to us for, gagging us and shutting us down, that we don't know what we are saying? And it's the same Amechi that took up that project that could not bring any railway in South and Southeast, that is coming out now to say that he's hungry. You see, misplaced priority. It is same them that we are saying Buhari did well. And the Tinubu was parading himself as a national leader of APC. Or parading himself that has no place in the APC constitution. National leader, make I speak and forward. Waiting they used to confuse him that time until he understood that the game was over. So what are we saying here, my brother, is that their response to Kwankwaso will either make or mar the chances of Bola Tinubu because of what will befall on Tinubu and his aspiration for 2023, because no Buhari is there again. Who is that person? Because Kwankwaso now and Atiku are now repositioning themselves or positioning themselves to be the face of the northern politics. You can take it to the bank. Who is it in the north that is rearing his head? It was, despite the fact that Buhari was not a traditional politician in their own space, that's equating it with Kwankwaso and Atiku, but he had that natural organic love from his people because of what he did with his position as the commissioner of Petroleum Trust Fund under Abacha. You can see what he did in the north, using your position for the benefit of your people. They let, I've said it here, you were not here, Michael. They let Emmanuel Iwanyan, who was the chairman, the Ohaneze Ndigbo chairman, late now, was the chairman of what they call it, the road maintenance agency, the Federal Road Maintenance Agency. I was in the north. Before I traveled, I was in the north around 2010 or 11, where you will see FEMA, yes, FEMA, park their vehicle and waiting for road to spoil for them to mend it in the north. But Emmanuel Iwanyan was the chairman of FEMA, and you saw how dilapidated our roads were in the south and southeast. But the chairman was from here. Our people, like the Afenifere, they are quick to blame people, or when somebody has used his small opportunity and made them for himself, you start envying the person. Why Muhammadu Buhari made the kind of name he made in the north and endeared himself to the minds of his people? Does Buhari have a personal money of his own? Was he influential in terms of money? Was he dashing people money? I'm asking you, was Buhari, even during his electionary campaign and all those things, was Buhari dashing people money? The answer is no. But because he used his opportunity that time with Abacha, Petroleum Trust Fund, he was the chairman. People can bear witness to it. Go and see what Buhari did in the north, using that privileged position. He it wasn't for self-aggrandizement and for self-enrichment. And the people paid him back. When I was on your sister radio station, I've made mention that there was a place when El-Rufai came as his first tenure as the governor of Kaduna State. The community of late Patrick Yakoa where he flagged off his campaign, he made a promise that all the projects the man started for his community, he was going to finish it. But Ramaran Yalo, who was the deputy, who took over when the man died, made all those promises, he did not finish it. Erufai came 2015, ousted him, and the first project he did as a governor, directly supervised from the office of the governor, was in that space. And the traditional rule of the place was kept in charge. He didn't get 1 naira for himself. You see him every morning monitoring those projects. But if it was given to a king in the south or southeast, he would be a billionaire. Are you getting the picture what I'm painting? So when people are given small opportunity, use it. People will reward you tomorrow. That is what made Buhari, that 12 million vote they said is somewhere. That is why he always gets it. But in the area of Kwankwaso and Atiku, politics has made them prominent. And Kwankwaso has a cult followership in the north, because he has been playing the Sadwana politics of reaching out and, interacting and reaching out to the downtrodden till tomorrow. So APC trying to woo him, the ideology might not be the same. He has been the taunted game changer. When he comes, he brings in the 1 million vote from Kano. Today, with this response, do you think is a reality that Kwankwaso will, at the end of the day, either stay on his own, because Buba Galadima has said that even Kwankwaso should be where those opposition are building around, because he has the spread and he has the voting bloc.
So are you of the opinion that Kwankwaso's statement holds water?
Kwankwaso's statement holds water. I have said it from the beginning of this expose. I've said that Kwankwaso said it the way it is. But those people are not denying that it is not happening. But they say that when Buhari did it, remember, see where they have got to know. When Buhari did it, where was he? We have also asked that question, but will you dwell in sin because grace abounds? That somebody did it, can't you correct it?
Okay.
Will you toe that line? But he has showed us that APC is fragmented. Perhaps I refresh the minds of our listeners how APC came to stay. CPC block coming from Buhari, which we saw clearly when Buhari came. Everybody that was there was from CPC and in the north. Nepotism, favoritism, and the sectional appointments here and there. Then you saw ACN coming from Tinubu, which produced the former Minister of Finance that was disgraced out of office because of NYSC, forgery certificate. You produced the Oshibajo, is it not? That are the people that came through that place. AC. Maybe they didn't get as much as they wanted. Okay. They were not solely compensated, knowing that Bola Tinubu was the arrowhead that unified them. Rochas Okorocha, we saw what played out when he won his senatorial seat, coming with a fraction of Abga. We saw other political parties that came together and formed, but the majority is AMPP, CPC, and ACN, which is, AMPP is where Shetima is coming from, and the other governors that aligned with them from the north, because the AMPP was very strong in the north. Okay. So that is what made up, what do you call it, APC. But when APC came, all of them are still fragmented. They did not unify. So Bola Tinubu also got his own opportunity and went back to the ACN block to make all his appointments. So that is their headache. So what Kwankwaso, who is not one of them, has said is the reality and the truth on ground. So whether they like it or yes, that is it. So if they want to change, it is left for them. Mr. President say has 2 years to correct all these anomalies. But throwing banter and the counter accusation will not help them. Because if they are not able to pull Kwankwaso to their side, it will be very difficult for Bola Tinubu to return that seat, given what the North are doing and the power play the person who will be the face of the northern politics between Kwankwaso and Atiku.
All right, thank you for your opinion on that.